Morning, guys. It's impossible what I'm doing right now, here, every single day. And this is from a guy who doesn't believe in the impossible. The reason why I say that to you is that this thing is so powerful. I've gotten to a point in my life where I've had enough. I am tired of seeing this thing be my own worst enemy. And I know we can turn it around and flip it and make it work for us. So my one word, determination, that's the energy, the thing that's within all of us. I want you to find the determination within you. By me opening myself up like this authentically every single day, doing my best to show the power of my mind and the impact in my life, I want you to understand that whatever you're going through, any challenge, anything that gets you emotional, that gets you upset, you can flip it. You can turn that darkness into the greatest light. Have a great day, everybody. Feel the power of you controlling your breathing. In through your nose and out through your mouth. You've got your legs crossed, your back straight, your eyes closed. You remember the truth. You know the truth that you were born to win, to take control of your life the way you take control of your breathing. One breath at a time, one thought at a time. So let's do that right now. Let's see ourselves doing the best we can as we begin our day today in the best way possible. Winning the morning, winning our mind, and growing our minds and our bodies. And whatever we do. So right now, let's see ourselves doing the best walk we've ever done when that music shuts off. Right here, right where we are, right where we sit. Because we know the truth. After all, we're made of truth. We're made of the same stuff the universe is made of. That's what makes you infinitely intelligent. See yourself right now doing the best walk you've ever done when that music shuts off. When that music goes off, you're going to win. You're going to make it real. You're going to make your dream, your vision, real. Good morning, determination. So good to be here together again today. A new day, a new chance to be better than we were the last time. Here we go, everyone. When I say go, we're going to start jogging. So right now, as you're doing your best walk, whether it's side to side or whether you're simply walking on the spot, I want you to see yourself doing your best jog on the spot when I say go. I miss you so much, Beverly Glen. I miss you so much, determination. But we get to unite right now with this energy. We get to remember. We get to be our true great self. To grow our minds and to grow our bodies, wherever we are, whatever we're doing. And the way we do this is the way we'll do everything. So here we go. Okay, go. toes, focus on your breathing. Keep going a little bit more. And stop. Okay, walking, back to our best walk. Stay focused on your breathing. Remember, the way you catch your breathing, the way you control your breathing, is the same way you can control your thoughts and your feelings. Alright, let's start with some shoulder rolls forward. Let's do 10 forward. And backwards. Okay, let's do some arm circles forward. Feel the power of you controlling your mind and your body. Feel the joy of being able to move your body through space the best way you can. And backwards. Okay, hands on your hips, bend your knees, and side stretch. Okay, let's twist our bodies. Twist. Hands on the hips. Alright, and let's do 5 push-ups, everyone. 5 push-ups. Alright, let's do 5 sit-ups together. Here we go. The best you can. Okay, and let's do 5 squats. Here we go. Alright, and let's do lunges. 3 on each side, arms out. Alternating legs. Alright, good. And let's do 10-second plank. Belly's knees off the ground. And stand up again, everyone. And let's reach for the ceiling on our toes. Hold it there for 10. Okay, and reach for your toes, straight knees. Remember to focus and control that breathing. Just reach. It's okay if you don't touch your toes. Reaching is what matters. Alright, and stand up. And let's balance. Grab one leg and focus on planting that foot firmly into the ground. Bend the one knee if you have to find your balance point. And then pull that heel back towards your bottom. Excellent. Alright, and switch. The other one. Find that balance and hold. Alright, good. Okay, and now Let's hug the one knee. Here we go. Bring that knee up. And again, find that balance. And hold it there. 10 seconds. Alright, and switch to the other one. Slowly bring it up. Alright, good job. Excellent. Okay. And let's sit down. And let's stretch.
Del área, Leo Messi que arranca delante Enzo Pérez, la deja pasar Neymar, llega Jordi Alba, la pone, punto de penalti, gol Leo Messi.
Hoy exigía, bueno, lo que acaba de hacer Suárez, que no está para relajarse, y Messi a placer también suma.
Andrés Iniesta por arriba, sale el Pichu, Cuellar, eso es el primero del partido.
Having a social hobby is mandatory for a fulfilling life. It's not a nice to have reserved for kids or retirees. It's actually a secret weapon to building meaningful relationship as an adult. Science backed this up. In 2023, studies of 93,000 people found that those with hobbies were healthier, happier, less depressed, and more satisfied with life than those without hobbies. Why? Hobbies engage your mind and connect you with other people, reducing loneliness and isolation. Let's talk what happened in the Silicon Valley in the 1970s. The Homebrew Computer Club in 1975, a bunch of tech hobbyists started meeting in a garage in California. They shared their passion for these new personal computers, swapped ideas, they built gadgets together, and it turns out that little hobby club was legendary. Several now famous entrepreneurs emerged from that club, including a guy named Steve Jobs and his buddy Steve Wozniak, the founders of Apple. Think about it. A social hobby group literally sparked one of the biggest companies in the world. A simple meetup of like-minded people became the crucible for life-changing partnerships and friendships. Now, I'm not saying your knitting circle will create a billion-dollar empire, but I am saying it can change your life. And I know because a social hobby changed mine. I never learned to dance growing up. So in my early 20s, I decided to take a salsa class. Well, that's how I met my wife, Nina. We fell in love on the dance floor. We still dance together every week, and I even own the largest salsa dance studio in Canada. That hobby isn't just about music and moves for us, it deepened our relationship. It's fun connection for us. So instead of just sitting home, watching movies and vegging out, salsa brought me love, friendship, and even a business. But Evan, this won't work for me. Is that what you're thinking? Maybe you're shy or introverted. I am too. Maybe you're too busy or you're worried it'll be awkward walking to a group of strangers. Listen, I get it. I'm an introvert too, and new social situations used to freak me out. Still does a little bit. Every Thursday, I have a day filled with interviews and networking, and every Thursday morning, I still dread it. I just want to cancel and hide. But you know what? Once I start, it's amazing. The fear melts away and I end up energized by the people that I meet. And your doubts and fears are lying to you. Here's a reality check. Most people are a lot more welcoming than you think. Research shows we tend to underestimate how much others like us after we meet them. In other words, you're probably worrying for nothing. You might assume everybody already has their friend group, but studies show we're actually lonelier than ever. Lots of people are open to new connections. And yes, the first meetup might feel awkward. That's normal. Psychologists even have a term for it, the mere exposure effect, which means the more often you show up, the more everyone will naturally warm up to each other. So don't quit after one try. Show up consistently and you'll find your tribe. If you've been here before, drop a hashtag Believe in the comments below so I can feature you here in a future video. And if you're new, welcome to Believe Nation, the only channel that helps you believe in yourself daily, one video at a time. Believe. All right, so let's get practical. Here are some of the best social hobbies for adults and how they can help you build meaningful relationships. I've got options for introverts, extroverts, creatives, adventurers, and those seeking healing or growth. Find the category that speaks to you, or maybe more than one, and let's get you connected. Number one, book clubs and board game nights, which are introvert friendly. So if you're the kind of person who hates small talk and awkward mixers, this one's for you. Rather than forcing conversations, these hobbies give you a built-in activity to bond over. So I like to say I connect with people through the work. I don't even know what hanging out is. I'm much more comfortable interacting with people when we're doing something together. And a lot of introverts feel the same way. So in a book club, for example, you're all there to discuss the story. The focus isn't on you, it's on the ideas, which takes the pressure off of you having to perform. Also, board game nights or D&D campaigns provide a fun structure for you. So you're cooperating or laughing in a friendly competition. And the conversation flows more naturally as you are building around the game. So you get to know people without the spotlight directly on you. The result can be real camaraderie. Studies have found that just playing board games can combat loneliness and help people connect across age or background. The shared fun creates inside jokes and a sense of a team. So your practical tip: to start, check your local library, community center, or meetup.com for existing book clubs and game groups. If you can't find one, start your own. Invite a few coworkers or neighbors to a game night. Everyone brings a different game or snack, or start an online book club that meets weekly on Zoom. The key is consistency. So meet regularly, keep it small and cozy, and watch those acquaintances turn into close friends over time. Number two, team sports or dance classes, high energy options. So if you love high energy environments or looking to break a sweat and meet new people, join a recreational sports league or a dance class. There's a special kind of bond that forms when you're moving with other people, whether it's scoring a goal together or nailing a salsa routine in sync. Team sports in particular create an instant sense of camaraderie and trust. You're literally on the same team working towards a common goal, and that spirit often carries over into friendship off the field. Plus, a little friendly competition and cheering each other on can also build strong connections. Researchers have confirmed that adults who play sports report better mental health and social life, higher self-esteem, less stress, and a bigger sense of belonging. And team sports tend to provide even more social benefit than solo exercise because of all the interaction and cooperation. So if you're not into sports, try dance class. It's just as social. When you're in a salsa class or hip hop class, you'll rotate partners, laugh at mistakes, improve together. Remember, I met my wife, Nina, in a salsa class, so I'm a bit biased towards dance classes. But how do you start? You look up adult rec leagues in your city. Look at soccer, basketball, bowling, whatever you enjoy, or find a local dance studio that offers beginner classes. Sign up for just one session or a month of classes to start. You can sign up for just one season or a month of classes to start, but stick around for a few minutes after practice or class to chat. Those post-game hangouts or coffee runs are where teammates become friends. And don't be afraid to suggest grabbing a bite after the game or the class. Most people will be excited to keep the fun going. Number three, art, music, or writing groups. These are great for the creative types. So for the creatives or aspiring creatives out there, consider a hobby that lets you express yourself and meet people. So whether it's a painting class, a community choir, a photography club, or a creative writing workshop, these environments are fantastic for forging meaningful relationships. Why? When you create art, you tend to open up. You share stories, ideas, maybe even vulnerabilities through your work. And doing that in a group builds real understanding and support among the members in the group. So group art classes, for example, have been shown to build a sense of community and reduce feelings of isolation. You're all learning and experimenting together, giving feedback and celebrating each other's progress. It's hugely bonding. Maybe you join a weekly jam session at a local music studio, and after a few weeks of playing music side by side, you'll feel like you've known these people forever. Or you attend the writing circle where everyone brings a poem or a chapter to share. You'll not only gain feedback on your writing, but also a circle of friends who care about your success. The great thing about creative groups is often they create and foster deeper conversation. You'll find yourself talking about what things mean and experiences and dreams way beyond just a typical small talk. So how do you get started? Search for classes or clubs in your area, adult painting class near me, or community choir in your city. Community colleges, art centers, libraries are great places to look. Websites like Meetup or local Facebook groups can also connect you with indie meetups, so like a urban sketching group that meets in a park on Saturdays. Bring a friend along if you're nervous, or just show up with your own creativity and an open mind. Remember, everyone there automatically has something in common with you, a love for that art form, which makes breaking the ice so much easier. Also, if you want to take real action after this video, I made a free worksheet just for you. It covers the top lessons from today, gives you space to write your biggest takeaways, and helps you build a simple action plan. It's 100% free. Just click the link in the description to go grab it. I'll see you there. Number 4, outdoor adventures and travel clubs for the adventurous at heart. So if you crave excitement or love of the outdoors, turn that into a social outlet. Join a hiking group, a running club, or a travel meetup where you can connect with fellow adventurers who share your passion. There's something about facing a challenge together. It's a big steep trail, a long bike ride, trying surfing for the first time that actually creates powerful bonds. The psychology here is actually pretty cool. When we experience a burst of adrenaline and accomplishment alongside each other with other people, it creates peak bonding moments. The brain actually releases oxytocin, which is the bonding hormone, when people go through intense experiences as a group. So in simple English, shared adventure equals instant camaraderie. Ever notice how people who go through boot camps or tough mudder races together, they come out feeling like best friends? Or how you swap travel stories with someone and suddenly feel like you've known them forever? Tackling challenges as a team builds trust fast. One controlled study found that outdoor team activities break down communication barriers and create lasting positive memory that glue groups together. Even if you start out as total strangers on the trail, by the time you've reached the summit or navigated a kayak trip, you've laughed together, maybe struggled together, and made unforgettable memories. So those become the foundation of real friendships. So how do you do it? Look for local adventure clubs. Maybe cities have hiking clubs or rock climbing gyms with group outings or cycling clubs, etc. There are also travel groups that organize group trips for solo travelers, which can be a fantastic way to see the world and meet people. You could check groups like travel meetups or tour companies that cater to group experiences. You can start small if you want. Join a single weekend hike or a city walking tour. And as a bonus tip, be the encourager. If someone in the group is nervous about the next big hill or trying a new activity, give them a friendly word of support. Being supportive in an adventure builds trust even faster, and you might just find you've made a friend by the end of the day. Number 5, volunteering and support circles for healing and growth together. So sometimes the best way to build meaningful relationships is by coming together around purpose and personal growth. So if you're looking for healing or deeper connection or just to make a difference, consider volunteering or joining a support group. Working side by side for a cause can be incredibly bonding. You meet people who are compassionate and supportive and the kind of friends who care about something bigger than just themselves. And there's plenty of research that giving back is a powerful antidote to loneliness and stress. When you volunteer, whether it's a community garden or a food bank or a charity event, you instantly share a mission with everyone else who's there. You're part of a team doing something meaningful, which often leads to deep conversations and mutual respect. Many volunteers report that they not only help others, but they also end up with close friends and a sense of purpose themselves. So if you're going through a tough time or seeking growth, support circles can be life-changing. This could be a local support group for grief or addiction recovery or new parents, or a personal development group like a mastermind, a meditation circle, a faith-based study group. The key is the vulnerability and trust that these spaces create, because when you share struggles and growth experiences with others, you form incredibly strong bonds because you're seeing each other at your most real. So in my own entrepreneur programs, my mastermind groups, I've watched people completely transform from different backgrounds, become lifelong friends by working on their goals together. In one of my mastermind groups, 4 women from Canada, Norway, the US bonded so deeply that they stayed together in the same Airbnb. They created amazing friendships. It's not just about the business relationship, but real friendships. And that can be hard to make as an adult. And I love seeing it happen. Like the magic of a growth-oriented community. You connect with people who truly get you. They want you to improve in your life, just like you want to uplift them to go higher too. Okay, so how do you start? You pick a cause or issue that you care about. Reach out to an organization that might need help. Many have social volunteer days where you can meet other kind souls. Websites like Volunteer Match or local community boards are great for finding opportunities. For support or growth groups, you can look online for meetups or ask a professional organization or church or center about group programs. For example, there are free community support groups for everything from caregivers to anxiety sufferers, and clubs or masterminds for people who are learning new skills or starting businesses. When you go, arrive with an open heart. Be willing to share a little bit about yourself and be a good listener when others share too. You'll find that when people go through something together, even just talking through challenges or collaborating on some project together, it forges a genuine friendship. one hobby away from your new tribe. So the bottom line is this: you are likely one hobby away from a richer social life. As adults, we often think making friends should happen automatically, but the truth is we have to create the opportunities ourselves. The easiest, most fun way to do that is by engaging in something you love with other people. Whether you're bonding over books, or you're breaking a sweat on the field, or you're jamming in a garage band, you're conquering a mountain, you're volunteering at some shelter, you're not just killing time, you're building your support system. These hobbies, they become the ground where casual contacts can blossom into actual friendships. They're how you find people who speak your language, who share your values, and will cheer you on in life. So pick one and take that first step. Sign up, show up, and just give it a chance. Push past that initial discomfort, knowing everyone feels a little nervous walking into something new. That's okay. By the second or third meetup, you'll wonder why you waited so long. Your future friends are out there right now hoping to meet someone like you through the same hobby. So
Morning, guys. In our top 10 rules for success today, Jack Ma shares with us his rule number 5, which is get inspired. This is so important. For me, every single day, I wake up in the morning and my mission is get inspired, set my mind so that I can help as many people as possible, including myself. Now, Jack Ma gives us the example of how he would watch movies. He would see different scenes in movies and they would inspire him. So he was inspired by Whitney Houston in the movie The Bodyguard, and the speech that she made, or the way she sang. So he was inspired by how she put her heart into it. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I want you to do. Whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is that you want in your life, you got to get inspired. I'm so passionate about this because it worked for me. It has saved me. It is transforming this into the most positive thing it can be for everyone. So I hope you get inspired every day. Have a great day, everybody.
Shot and reach for our toes, straight knees, here we go. Again, reaching is what matters. It's okay if you don't touch your toes, just give your best. Feel the joy, feel the process of you working to become better at every movement you make, every stretch you do. Okay, here we go. Let's do V-shape now with the legs. So V-shape. And reach for the floor as far as away from your body as you can. And reach for one side. Hold it there. And switch the other side. Let's bring our feet together now and gently push your knees down with your elbows and hold it there for 10. Here we go. Again, feel that power of you in the now, in the moment. Winning. W-I-N, I've heard before, stands for what's important now. What's important now is doing our best in whatever we do. Okay, let's go one leg forward and one leg back. Keep the knee on the ground and go as far back as you can without hurting yourself. Keep that knee down though. Here we go. And switch, the other one now. Again, keep that knee down. Go as far back as you can. Okay, good. All right. And let's roll onto our belly. And let's push the floor and look up at the ceiling. Cobra stretch. Here we go. Hold it for 10. Excellent. Okay, legs crossed again. Back straight. Eyes closed. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now I want you to see yourself right now. When that music goes on, I want you to see yourself doing the best you can on an exercise of your choice. For me today, I'm going to be working on challenging myself to do as many push-ups and air squats as I can. So I'm going to see that in my mind right now. I'm going to try to be a little bit better than I was last time. What about you? Think about it. What is there that you want to get better at? What exercise do you want to do? Remember, it's got to be within the rules, safety rules, rules that are there for you to keep you safe. So this is the space we have right here. So what exercise will you do to the best of your ability when that music goes on? I want you to see that clearly in your mind right now. You might want to do jumping jacks. You might want to do burpees. You might want to simply dance, move your body to the music. If you want to play your own music, you can do that as well. I've got my music here. You feel free to enjoy that. But I want you to see yourself when that music goes on, doing the best you can, whatever exercise you choose. Because you know the truth. The way you do that is the same way you will improve and do better at anything. Alright, determination, let's go. Let's feel that energy moving up. Here we go. Music always changes our energy state. Whatever you do, you gotta believe that you can do better. Here I go. As many push-ups as I can do. Alright, we got 53 today. I gotta remember that for next time. What is it for you? What are you doing right now? Maybe you're doing some jumping jacks. Maybe you're dancing to the music. Whatever it is you're doing, do it to the best of your ability. You were born to be your best all the time. Remember your breathing. Always believe that you can be better than you were the last time. Even if you don't get exactly where you want to be, the process, the struggle, fighting to be better than you were last time, that's what's going to bring you your joy and your happiness. We have our determination. We get to work on that all the time. Alright, air squats are next for me. What about you?
It's Messi. It's magnificent. Oh, they're trying to play it away and they haven't. So Messi. Oh my word. And again.
Don't keep them waiting. Remember, the relationships you build will profoundly impact your happiness, your growth, your sense of belonging. And all you need to do is consistently show up and share what you love. You've got this. Embrace the process, stay open, and have fun with it. Your people are closer than you think. And congratulations, you're one video closer to who you're meant to be. Believe. Now let's learn the brutal truth about learning the one skill that will make you wealthy. You will never become wealthy without mastering one skill. You were told to be well-rounded, but that guarantees you'll be a jack of all trades and master of none. And if you keep dabbling in everything, you'll stay busy but broke while someone else becomes the best and claims all the rewards. Warren Buffett had to conquer a crippling fear before he could become one of the richest people on the planet. He was so terrified of public speaking in college that he would literally vomit from anxiety. Buffett knew that if he didn't master public speaking, none of his other talents would matter. If you can't communicate, it's like winking at a girl in the dark. Nothing happens. So he invested $100 in a Dale Carnegie public speaking course, and it transformed his life. In fact, Buffett says that honing communication skills is the one easy way to boost your worth by 50% overnight. The proof hangs on his office wall, not his college diploma, but his Dale Carnegie certificate from 1952, the symbol of the skill that made everything else possible. He felt the same pressure that you're feeling right now, the fear of stepping out of your comfort zone to learn that one skill that changes everything. When I was 19, I had to make the hardest decision of my life. Take a prestigious, high-paying job or stay with my own struggling startup that paid me $300 a month. I chose my company and immediately fell into the lowest point of my life. I worked 12-hour days and still felt worthless and ashamed because nothing was working, and finally hit my breaking point. One night, I told my business partner, I'm done. I quit. I was ready to give up on my dream and crawl back to the safe path. But the next morning, I felt a new fire. I realized I could handle failing, but I couldn't live with quitting on myself. So I gave my dream one more shot. I started desperately looking for answers, studying how Bill Gates built Microsoft. I learned that Gates' first big break came from a partnership deal. He mastered the skill of selling through partnerships. That was his move. So I stopped cold calling customers and started modeling Gates. I began reaching out to potential partners, and within a few weeks, I closed my first big deal of my life. That one partnership brought in more revenue than we had made in years. We went from nearly going bankrupt to getting acquired. I was this close to giving up entirely, but learning and applying one new skill under pressure saved my business. I felt the fear, I hesitated, but I acted anyway, and it changed everything for me. Now, maybe you're thinking, sounds great, but I'm not a natural at any one thing, or won't I limit myself if I focus on just one skill? That is exactly the fear that's keeping you stuck. No one starts as an expert. Buffett was terrified of speaking. I was an introvert who didn't know how to sell. Skills are learned, not born. Science shows your mind and abilities are far more malleable than you think. And focusing on one thing now doesn't limit your life. It's what will finally unleash your potential. So let's get practical and break down the brutal truth about learning that one skill that will make you wealthy. The one skill that will make you wealthy: communication and persuasion. Ask any self-made millionaire and they'll admit a harsh truth. Being great at one skill beats being average at a dozen. In fact, when 20 ultra-successful people were asked which single skill had the biggest impact on their success, every one of them gave the same answer: sales and persuasion. Why? Because if you can't convince others, you can't close clients, you can't inspire your team, you can't attract investors. Nothing happens until a sale is made. Communication is the ultimate wealth building skill. Warren Buffett flat out says that improving your ability to communicate in writing and speaking can increase your value by 50% instantly. Sir Richard Branson, billionaire founder of Virgin, calls communication the most important skill any leader can possess. It makes the world go round by allowing you to share ideas and inspire action. And research backs this up. 85% of your success comes from your people skills, your communication, your negotiating, leading, and only 15% from technical knowledge. You could be a genius coder or a brilliant inventor, but if you can't convey your vision or persuade others to join you, your impact and your income will be limited. So, what one skill should should you learn? Start with the skill that multiplies all others: communication. This means mastering how to sell, how to speak, how to write, how to listen. Every entrepreneur needs to sell, whether it's selling your product, your business plan, or simply selling yourself and your ideas. Even billionaire Mark Cuban stresses that knowing how to sell was key to his success. And finance guru Robert Kiyosaki said the number one skill of an entrepreneur is the ability to sell, not just products, but yourself and your vision. The bottom line is your net worth is tied directly to your communication skills. If you hone the art of persuasion, doors open, clients say yes, investors sign on, employees rally behind your mission. It's the force multiplier for your wealth. Still not convinced? Think about the people that you admire, the greatest leaders and business titans, whether it's Elon Musk or Steve Jobs. They all became world-class communicators in their own styles. They learned to tell stories, to influence, to rally people. If you feel sales is a dirty word or public speaking isn't your natural strength, we need to rewrite that story. These are learnable skills. Remember Buffett throwing up from his nerves, and then remember that he became a folksy, confident communicator that is beloved by millions. You can learn this. Pick one aspect of communication, for example, closing sales calls or public speaking on camera, and decide to get exceptionally good at it. It will make more difference to your bank account than any minor skill ever could. Focus, depth, beats breadth. Becoming wealthy means becoming exceptional at something. The marketplace only rewards the top few percent with massive wealth, and to join those ranks, you need laser-like focus. The truth is that being world-class in one area obliterates being pretty good in many. There's a reason Bruce Lee said, "I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced a kick 10,000 times." Mastery is intimidating. Mastery earns disproportionate rewards in almost every field. A superstar earns more than 100 competent people combined. The best salesperson in a company often outsells the entire bottom half of the sales force. The top 1% of entrepreneurs in an industry capture most of the profits. This is a winner-take-all world, and the winners are those who do one thing to the extreme. And that's the brutal truth. You can't be casually great. You have to choose your arena and pour yourself into it. It's not about working more hours. It's about directing your energy to the highest impact area and saying no to everything else. Steve Jobs put it best: focus is about saying no to the 100 other good ideas. When Steve Jobs returned to Apple, the first thing he did was slash projects. He understood that chasing too many ideas would dilute excellence. The same applies to your personal growth. Every skill or opportunity you don't pursue is actually a win because it protects your focus for the one that matters. Look at any elite performer, athletes, artists, CEOs, and you'll find an insane level of focus behind the scenes. They're not just dabbling, they're obsessing. Studies on expert performance shows that intense, narrow focus is the only way to reach an elite level. You cannot accidentally become an expert while multitasking on 10 things. You have to go all in. That might mean sacrificing hobbies, saying no to social engagements, or turning down shiny business opportunities that distract from your main thing. It will definitely mean enduring boredom and repetition, but that's the price of admission for the wealth-making skill. But the good news is that focus is a skill in itself. You get better at focusing the more you practice it. So start building your focus muscle by cutting one distraction today. Carve out time for your one skill and protect it ruthlessly. It might feel like you're giving up variety, but what you're really doing is trading short-term breadth for long-term breadth. Once you master one thing, you'll have the resources and credibility to explore other interests later on. As the saying goes, you can do everything you want in life, just not all at once. So choose the one that will be your foundation. Depth beats breadth every time. Next, practice with purpose. How to master your skill. Deciding to focus on one skill is step one. Step two is putting in the work day after day to actually become great at it. Here's where many people fail, but not you. You're going to approach practice like a pro, not a hobbyist. That means using deliberate practice, the kind of focused, feedback-driven practice that builds champions. It's not about doing more hours mindlessly. It's about how you use your hours. According to psychologist Anders Ericsson, deliberate practice is a very specific process. It's a laser-focused activity. You isolate the sub-skills you need to improve, push yourself just beyond your comfort zone, and get immediate feedback. It requires intense concentration, and it's often mentally exhausting. It's not always fun, but it works. This is how concert violinists and chess grandmasters and Olympic athletes are made, and it's how you will become a master of your chosen skill. Regular practice might maintain your skills, but deliberate practice is the only way to reach expert level and break past plateaus. So embrace that fact now. If it feels easy, you're not growing. So what does this look like for you, the entrepreneur honing that one wealth building skill? Let's get practical. Start by scheduling daily deep work. Block out time on your calendar every single day to work on your chosen skill with full focus. Consistency beats intensity. 30 minutes of focused practice every day trumps a 5-hour cram session on a random Saturday. By making it a non-negotiable routine, you're training your brain that this is who you are now. World-class communicators, for example, often practice their speeches or sales pitches for hours, tweaking every tone and word. Treat your practice time like an important meeting that you can't miss. Over time, these daily improvements compound into mastery. Next, target your weaknesses. Don't just do the easy stuff that you're already good at. Deliberate practice is about attacking your weak points. If you're learning to sell and you're great at talking but bad at listening, spend your practice sessions role-playing, listening, and asking questions. If you're working on public speaking and you always mumble the conclusion, rehearse just the final 30 seconds 20 times in a row. This approach is supported by research. Practitioners focus above all on what they can't do in order to improve. It will be uncomfortable to confront your flaws, but that's exactly where your growth lives. Next, get feedback and track progress. You need a way to measure whether you're improving or not. That could mean recording your sales calls and critiquing them, or getting a mentor or coach to review your performance. Have metrics if possible. For example, your conversion rate on sales calls or the number of ums in your speech, and aim to reduce them. Deliberate practice thrives on feedback. No feedback, no improvement. So find a way to get instant input on how you're doing and keep track of it. What gets measured gets improved. Next, embrace the suck. There will be days when practicing your skill feels like slamming into a wall. Good. That means you're on the edge of your capability, exactly where you should be. Remember the study of elite violinists. The exercises that improved performance the most were rated as the least enjoyable. The top performers in any field learn to love the plateaus, to tolerate the frustration of slow progress because they know a breakthrough is coming. So when you hit a resistance, a boring drill, a failed attempt, a rejection, don't shy away. Lean in. This is the part that 99% of people can't handle, which is why 99% of people stay average. You're forging resilience. Every time you struggle and don't quit, you're strengthening your identity as a master in the making. Next, model the best. Seek out people who are already world-class at the skill that you're developing. Watch what they do. Read their biographies or interviews. Watch their videos. Success leaves clues. If you want to be a great negotiator, study Chris Voss or read about how Jack Ma negotiated Alibaba's early days. If you want to be a charismatic speaker, analyze talks by Tony Robbins or Les Brown. Steal their techniques shamelessly and practice them until you make them your own. Mentors and role models can cut your learning curve dramatically. I turned my business around by modeling Bill Gates' partnership strategy. I let someone who'd already solved the problem that I was facing show me the way. You can do the same in any field. Next, never stop learning. The journey doesn't end when you become good at your skill. The truly wealthy keep upgrading their skills continuously. Elon Musk taught himself rocket science by reading textbooks. Warren Buffett at age 90 still spends 80% of his day reading to deepen his knowledge. The richest people on earth never stop learning, because the moment you stop, you stagnate. So adopt a growth mindset for life. Be forever a student of your craft. Stay curious, stay humble, and keep pushing yourself even after you start seeing success. This not only keeps you sharp, it also keeps you ahead of everyone trying to catch up to you. Remember, every expert was once a beginner. Every legendary skill was forged through hours and hours of unseen grind. You can do the same, but you have to be willing to pay the price in practice and persistence. It's not magic, it's a choice. Choose to put in the work when others won't. Choose to focus on improvement instead of just going through the motions. If you do that consistently, it is inevitable, truly inevitable, that you will rise to the top of your field. And when you do, wealth will no longer be a question of if, but when.
Good morning, guys. I want to share a funny story with you again. Yesterday with my students, every day we try to work on the power of our mind, try to show kids the positive power of their choices. Yesterday I had said something, and this made me laugh because this is where we got to watch our words carefully, especially with kids. I love kids. They are so innocent. They are going to say it like it is based on what they hear. So yesterday I made a comment about you lose when you make a decision that doesn't bring out your best. You lose the best part of yourself. And then one of the kids said, does that mean so-and-so is a loser? And I said, no. I said, everyone's a winner, including you. We just haven't learned how to win in every decision we make. So every decision we make is a choice that shows that we're winners if it's a winning decision. But I had to be so careful because I wasn't calling the kid a loser. They lost in that decision. They got it after, but it was powerful. Have a great day. All right, air squats. Let's see how many I can do here before I get tired. Too tired to keep going, but there's always a little bit more. That's determination. All right, here we go. You can feel free to do the same thing, or again, do your own thing. You got your own dance, your music, whatever you want to do. Whatever you do, do it to the best of your ability. Here we go. All right, how's everybody feeling? We got the blood flowing. We've given our best at something. Feeling the power of us controlling our breathing again. There's no greater joy than that. For me, no greater joy than the awareness of our determination. So sometimes I try to do these exercises and I try to do as many reps as I can in a minute. That's one way to do it. You can change up your intensity, the amount of reps you do, the time you have, that's up to you. But whatever you choose, always try to get a little bit better than you were last time.
Just a little slip and all of a sudden it's Messi who pounces again, teases it onto the left foot for a hat-trick. They cannot believe what they're watching here.
Higuain here for Lionel Messi. Messi on for Nicolas Gaetan for Messi! And Lionel Messi!
Messi. Oh, absolutely astounding.
outstanding.
Your next move. All right, you've watched the video, you've learned, and now it's on you. This is your moment of truth. Will you keep being interested in success, or will you commit to mastery? Decide on that one skill that will make the biggest difference in your business and make it your mission to conquer it. I know it's scary. I know it's hard, but you're here right now, proving that you have the hunger to improve, and that already sets you apart. So I'm proud of you for showing up, and now I'm proud of you for doing the work. Now get out there and make your move. Now let's learn how you can stop sabotaging your own success. You are sabotaging your own business without even realizing it. Do you feel like you're working hard but not getting results? It's time to find out if you're making one of the 5 huge mistakes that self-taught entrepreneurs often make. Stick around because fixing even just one of these could change your business forever. Mistake number 1, trying to do it all yourself and not asking for help. You might be thinking self-taught means you have to figure out everything on your own, and this is a huge mistake. No one can do everything alone. When you try to be the lone wolf, you miss out on other people's experience and insight. It's hard to see the forest among the trees, as they say. A mentor advisor can often spot the solution to a problem that has you stumped. Even the greatest entrepreneurs have coaches, mentors, support networks. Here's some proof. A survey from the UPS store found 70% of small businesses that receive mentoring survive more than 5 years, which is double the survival rate of businesses with no mentors. In the same survey, 88% of business owners with a mentor said that having one was invaluable. Another study found that 1/3 of successful entrepreneurs had a mentor or support group versus only 14% of entrepreneurs who failed. So the evidence and all the data, it's clear. Going it alone is actually hurting you. So what should you do instead? Ask for help. Find someone who's been where you are and learn from them. This could be a mentor, a business coach, or even a peer group of fellow entrepreneurs. You'll make decisions with more confidence and avoid pitfalls others have already learned from. Remember, being self-taught doesn't mean refusing guidance. It means you take charge of your own learning. The smartest entrepreneurs are always learning from others. As the saying goes, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. So drop the ego, reach out, and build your dream with others. You'll get further, faster, with a little help. Mistake number 2, winging it without a clear plan. Running a business without a plan is like going on a road trip without a map. You might be busy driving, but you have no idea if you're heading in the right direction. Many self-taught entrepreneurs make the mistake of just winging it. They dive into work each day, just reacting to whatever happens without a clear strategy or goals. Figure it out as you go can only take you so far. The result is you waste time and money, you chase shiny objects, or you stall out because you don't know what your next step should be. Here is why a plan matters. Entrepreneurs who plan are far more likely to succeed. Research shows that writing a business plan significantly increases your chances of success. One review found that entrepreneurs with a formal plan were twice as likely to successfully grow their business and secure funding. Another study found that entrepreneurs with business plans are 260% more likely to actually launch their company and 30% more likely to grow it. But despite these benefits, only about 1/3 of business owners ever actually finish a business plan. So don't let that be you. Even writing down your goals makes you 42% more likely to achieve them. That's a simple step that pays off in a big way. It doesn't have to be a giant plan. Having a plan doesn't mean you can't adapt or be lean. It means you set clear goals and a basic roadmap for how to reach them. You can always update the plan as you learn, but start with something. Define your target customer, figure out your product or service, your pricing, and how you're going to actually market your thing and deliver value. Set milestones for the next 6 months and year. This gives you a sense of direction each day. You'll know what success looks like and how to measure it. Without a plan, anything can distract you. With a plan, you can wake up each morning knowing the top 1 to 2 things you need to focus on today. You become proactive instead of reactive. So take some time to map out your business. It doesn't have to be a 50-page document. Don't stress out, don't overanalyze. Even a 1-page plan or bullet point list of goals is better than nothing. You'll be amazed at how much clarity you get by writing things down. So stop winging it and start planning it. Your future self will thank you when your business stays on track and starts hitting its targets. Mistake number 3, lacking discipline and consistency in your habits. Freedom is one reason you became an entrepreneur, right? No boss, no time clock. But here's the trap. Without discipline, that freedom can destroy your business. Self-taught entrepreneurs often treat their business like a hobby instead of a job. They work on it when they feel motivated and slack off when they don't. Or they get caught in procrastination and busy work instead of the hard tasks that actually matter. inconsistent effort leads to inconsistent results. The reality is successful entrepreneurship takes a lot of hard work and consistent habits. It's not a 4-hour work week fantasy. In fact, most business owners work longer hours than employees. One study found 33% of small business owners work over 50 hours per week, and 25% work more than 60 hours. Many even put in the time on weekends and vacations. Why? Because when you're building something of your own, you get out what you put in. If you only put in half-hearted effort, don't be surprised when you get half-hearted results. But it's not just about the raw hours, it's about habits and consistency. Research from Duke University found that over 40% of our daily actions are governed by habit, not conscious decision. That means nearly half of what you do each day is just on autopilot. If you develop good habits like dedicating 2 hours every morning to high priority work or making those sales calls daily, it will carry you through even when your motivation is low. On the flip side, if you fall into bad habits, sleeping in, scrolling social media, reacting to emails all day, your business will suffer. You won't even realize how much time is slipping away because habits run silently in the background. So to avoid this mistake, treat your business like a serious commitment. Set a schedule for yourself. You don't need a 60-hour grind if that's not realistic for you, but do decide on consistent work times and stick to them. For example, you might commit to working on your business from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. every weekday before any other activities. Create a routine. Maybe you review your goals each morning. You tackle the hardest task first, right? Eat that frog. You dedicate certain days to specific needs. Mondays are for marketing. Tuesday is for your product development, etc. Also, eliminate the distractions when you're working. Turn off your notifications. Let your friends and family know that those hours are secret. Being your own boss means you must boss yourself around. No one else will do it. Consistency beats intensity. It's better to move the ball forward every single day with solid habits than to work in erratic bursts of inspiration. Those small daily actions will compound over time, and that consistency builds trust with your customers and momentum in your growth. So set up habits that make you productive by default. Make success your daily routine. When discipline becomes a habit, your business will start to run like a well-oiled machine, and you will start to reap the rewards. Mistake number 4, ignoring your market and customers, building something no one wants. This mistake is a silent killer, pouring your heart into a product or service without checking if anyone actually needs it. Self-taught entrepreneurs can fall in love with their idea and assume if I build it, people will come. Right? They spend months or years developing a business in a bubble. No market research, no customer feedback, only to launch to the sound of crickets. It's devastating and it's common. Building something nobody wants is one of the top reasons that new businesses fail. So don't just take my word for it. Research by CB Insights found that no market need is the number one reason startups fail. In fact, one report showed that 8 of the top 12 reasons startups fail are related to poor product market fit, basically making something that nobody wants. Think about that. The majority of failures happen not because the founders weren't smart or they didn't work hard, but because they didn't solve a real problem for customers. Another analysis found that 34% of startups' failures were due to a poor product market fit, and 22% failed from not having the right marketing plan. If no one wants your product, even the best marketing won't save you. The market is the ultimate judge. If you ignore it, you're running on hope, you're not running on reality. So to avoid this mistake, put your customer at the center from day one. Don't be afraid to get out there and talk to people who might have the problem you're trying to solve. It can be as simple as having conversations with your target audience or doing quick surveys. Ask them about their biggest problems and needs in the area that you want to help them serve. Listen more than you talk. Don't lead the witness by pitching your idea too soon. Just learn what they truly care about. And as you gather these insights, be ready to pivot or to tweak your idea to better solve the real pain points that you discover. This is not meant to be a blow to your ego. It's how you craft something people actually want to buy. Also, try to test your idea early and cheaply. If you have a product concept, creating a rough prototype or even a sketch and get feedback on it. If it's a service, try a small pilot program or consult with a few potential clients. The goal is to validate that your solution resonates with people. Are people saying, I need this, or when can I have it? Or are they lukewarm? Early feedback is gold. It's far better to learn and adjust in the beginning than to spend all your money on a full launch that then flops. Remember, feedback isn't criticism, It's direction. It guides you to shape your business into something that will work. At the end of the day, your business exists to serve customers, to solve a problem, to bring value. When you align what you offer with what people genuinely need and value, you create that win-win relationship. Customers get something they love, and you get a growing, profitable business. So fall in love with the customer, not just your product. Do your homework on your market. Stay curious, ask questions, and never assume that you know it all. The more that you listen and adapt, the less likely you are to build something useless. Solve a real problem, and you'll never have to worry about finding customers. They will come to you. Mistake number 5. Being afraid of failure and giving up too soon. Entrepreneurship is tough and not every attempt will succeed. But the biggest mistake self-taught entrepreneurs make here is taking failure too personally and giving up when things go wrong. You might hit a roadblock, a product launch fails, a client backs out, the revenue isn't coming in as fast as you hope, and you think, I'm just not cut out for this, so you quit. That is the only guaranteed way to fail permanently. The truth is, failure is not the end unless you stop trying. Every successful entrepreneur has faced setbacks. The difference is they learn from them and they keep going. I love the mindset that failure is feedback. In fact, every failure teaches you something valuable. It does. It shows what not to do or how to do it better the next time. Failure is only failure if you don't learn from it. If you treat each failure as a lesson, you actually haven't failed at all. You have grown. It's like getting feedback from the market or from life on how to improve. And guess what? Everybody fails on their path to success. This isn't just a nice saying, it's reality. The road to success is paved with trial and error. The most legendary business leaders, inventors, creators, they all had flops and outright disasters before figuring it out. They succeeded because they didn't quit after those failures. There's a famous quote, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That's Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, humorously reminding us that every no gets us closer to a yes. Success usually takes longer than we want to believe. Too many people just give up in year 1 or 2, just when things might have started to click if they had persisted a bit more. So how do you embrace failure in a healthy way? First, expect it. This doesn't mean you're aiming to fail, but don't be shocked when something doesn't work. It's just part of the process. Adjust your mindset to see failure as a teacher, not as a verdict on your ability and that you suck. When something goes wrong, take a step back and ask, why did this happen? What can I learn from this? How can I adjust and come back better? Maybe your marketing message was off. Maybe you targeted the wrong audience. Maybe you simply need more patience for your strategy to actually play out. Use that insight to pivot and refine your approach. And then you try again. And keep in mind that resilience, it's like a muscle. Every time that you get over some setback, you start to build that muscle. You get a little bit tougher and smarter. And over time, you become more and more unstoppable because no failure can break you. You always find a way to adapt. This is crucial for self-taught entrepreneurs because you're learning as you go. Not everything will be perfect on your first try. Give yourself permission to fail and learn in public. It's better to launch imperfectly and then iterate and improve than to hold back because you are afraid. And most importantly, don't quit on your dream just because it's harder than you thought. If you truly believe in what you're doing, then keep pushing. You might be closer to a breakthrough than you think. Remember that every overnight success story has a hidden chapter of years of effort and setback. So keep going, even when it's tough. Perseverance is going to be your superpower as an entrepreneur. Use it. The beautiful thing about mistakes is that they don't define you, they educate you. Now we've covered the 5 huge mistakes to avoid. You have the power to course correct. Ask for help when you need it. Plan your path so you're not drifting aimlessly. Build rock solid habits that drive you forward every day. Obsess over your customers and make sure you're giving them real value. And above all, don't let fear of failure stop you. Every entrepreneur's journey is a work in progress. You're going to have ups and downs, victories and defeats. That is normal. What matters is that you stay in the game and keep going. Learn from every misstep and keep moving. Success is not reserved for only the geniuses or the lucky ones. It's for the ones who keep improving and keep going. So you've chosen a challenging path, being an entrepreneur, but it's also a rewarding one. You have a vision inside you and the world needs to see it. So take this video as your wake-up call and hopefully your pep talk. It's time to double down on your growth. Correct the mistakes if you've been making them, and you'll see the difference in your business and in yourself. You already have everything it takes to win. Now go out there and make it happen. And remember, the only way you truly fail is if you stop trying. To learn the Spartan mindset to become unbreakable, check the video right there next to me. I think you'll love it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there. If you're an entrepreneur and you're not mentally tough, You will fail. The world will break you if you let it, especially in business. You have to become unbreakable to achieve your dreams. But here's the thing. Unbreakable does not mean unemotional or unkind.
And once again, legs crossed, back straight, eyes closed, focused on our breathing, back to our breathing. That powerful force, keeping us alive, keeping our energy flowing. And we don't really think about it. We never really attempt to control our breathing, most of us anyway. But we were born to do that too. To remember that in any moment, we can take charge of it, the way we take charge of our breathing. Same way we take charge of our mind, our thoughts. So reflect back on today. How did you do? Are you satisfied with your work ethic? Are you satisfied with your determination? Did you use it in its fullness, its beauty? Our determination is invisible. We cannot put our finger on it. We cannot see it. But it is there. We have the power to determine what we will think and what we will do. Today, we've won the morning. We've won our minds. And therefore we can win our day and our life. One breath at a time, one thought at a time. Have a great day, everybody. Have a great life as always. I miss you. I love you guys so much. Keep going. Keep using your determination. Love you guys.